welcome. So,
Okay.
welcome to your project, the Excel project. We're going to be going through the
All right.
website right now and just kind
Mm-hmm.
of and just for those who might watch this in the future, maybe a team member or whatever. I'm Coach Raquel and I'm here
Mm-hmm.
with Apostle Dr. Faith Walters, who is the head,
Hello.
the mind, the brain, the ideas, the everything behind all of this. And we're just here trying to bring to life her thoughts, her ideas. So just remember, all of this came from her. We're just here painting the picture that
Yeah,
she created in
yes.
her mind. Okay? So I want us to be
Bring it
very
to
clear on that.
fruition. Bring it to fruition. Yeah.
Exactly. But this is your idea,
Yeah.
your baby, your work. All of this is your investment. This is what you've done. And I want for anyone listening to this in the future to be very, very clear on that. Awesome. All right. So now I'm going to take
Yes.
you through the website just so we can have a good understanding of the upgrades that are currently happening and everything. And this website is coming from a long way from text on a page, from text on a page with an idea and a
Yes, that's
concept.
true. Yes.
Yes. And now
Yes.
here we
From
are.
2015.
Absolutely. You know what? You want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about how this whole Excel project came about? And I love the name, by the way. Excellence is at the forefront of the project. So
Yes.
before we go into the
Yes.
training, I'm just going to, for any team member that may come along and may have to use this to execute the work, or maybe we have to share this with students when they register or whatever. What would you like to say about how did this idea come about and what are your hopes for it as it moves forward? I think you're frozen again.
Okay. Going in and
Okay,
out.
that's okay. Yes.
Hello, everyone. God bless you. It's so great to be here. And I am Apostle Dr. Faith Walters, the founder of and leader of senior pastor of Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries, president. It has so many wings to it. And the Excel project was one that was in my heart for quite many years. And I launched it in 2015 in a backyard in one of my first home when I lived in Mount Vernon. It was
Wow.
so powerful, and I just really was asking God when it's going to come out, come into the uh virtual space. And here it is today that the Lord has made the way. And it's great. It's just wonderful. And it's great to have everyone here as part of this structure, part of bringing this idea and this vision to fruition. Thank God for the WAMO network team that's really putting this forth and allowing the Lord to really lead them. And as we evolve, things keep expanding and growing and building. So here we are, and welcome, and God bless you. And I pray that this website and the Excel project will do something powerful in your life, into others, and to share it and just let it be something that can help you to build you, for you to grow and be all that God desires you to be. God bless you and thank you.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So come along, let's go. So,
Yes.
welcome to the Excel Project website, and you can locate this on the World Wide Web at theexcelproject.com. That's TheExcelProject.com. I hope I spelled that correctly. Yes, so welcome to the
Yes, you
website. We're
did.
just going to go through and just have a quick look around. Of course, remember, like any other website, this website is not different from any other website, except that it is built on the number one digital marketing platform. So it has all the amenities that an excellent, a well built website is supposed to have. With that said, like as with anything, and I always like to say this, we have online and we have on land, because sometimes persons like to say, oh, in the real world, and the internet is not the real world. The internet is the real world, because what makes it
Yes, it
real,
is.
we're interacting with real people, whether we're interacting with
Yes,
them
you
through
are.
a letter, or we're interacting with them because we walked and we met each other in a physical space and we're speaking, or we connect online and we're having interaction. It is all real. So it's important to take it real, make it real,
That's
because
right.
whatever you do legally binding online is legally binding on land. So let's be very, very clear about that. As with every other website on the World Wide Web, it is for exploration. So please note that this website will not be perfect and fit in every little thing you want when you want it. And by that I mean the website itself is built on a strong system, and it's effective and it's well done. Remember now, it's built for a general audience. It's not built for you specifically based on your personal need and what you want to personally do when you want to do something. So, whenever you log on to this or any other website, when you log on to this or any other website, you need to remember that it's not built to fit all of your needs and your desires. So nothing is wrong with the platform, but you have to learn how to use it. It's no
That's
different
right.
from going to a school to register and you have to go into the administrative office. That office is not built for you. There are going to be some issues. There are going to be some questions. You might have to ask some questions to learn something, to know, okay, which room do I go for this? Which I usually say, look at a website like a mall. It's like a mall. Everything is not on the entrance at the entrance door. It's not all you
That's
walk
right.
in and boom, everything. That's not possible, right? So you have to go through different areas of the mall. You have to go to the cashier. You have to go to the reception desk. You may have to go to the clothing store. You have to go to the jewelry store. It depends on what you want. So everything will not be right at the doorway when you get there. And sometimes when people go to a website, it's like, oh my gosh, I want everything. One of the most difficult websites to use is Google. The reason we don't realize how challenging it is because we need it and we value it, and we have accepted that Google is
That's
useful.
right.
That's no different for any other platform. And with the
That's right.
Excel project website, we are looking forward to interacting with you. If you come and you have an issue, you simply take a screenshot because you need evidence, not just because you want to prove that something is wrong, but you want the other person to understand what your challenge is, right? When we have there are two major operations behind the Excel project. I'll say three. You have marketing, because marketing is independent and it's a whole agency, and they're doing something completely different from what we do. And then you have the online administration, the web administration, right? And then you have operations that happen at Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries, because they have their own thing that they take their students through. Because we don't run the operations of the school, we manage the online functionality and making sure that everything works. So the excelproject.com, see it as a building, because it is. It's the
That's
doorway
right.
that students will walk through. So when
Hmm.
something happens, you can't just say, oh, the website is not working. How will marketing understand? How will the web admins understand? How will women and men of excellence outreach ministries understand? We won't understand what you're talking about. We weren't sitting with you when you were going through that challenge. So you have to make sure you take like a screenshot or a picture or something, and you send an email, and all the portals are going to go through to let you know how you communicate and everything. You submit something to say, hey, I was doing so and so and so. You give as much detail as possible. This is what I was doing this morning, and this happens. Because oftentimes, sometimes we go through something and we think the website isn't working, when it has nothing to do with the website, and it has everything to do with us and what we're doing and where we're at. Sometimes it's your
Hmm.
own internet that's acting up. It's not the website that's not
That's right.
processing. Sometimes it's your own phone, the type of phone that you're using. There can be so many things that's happening.
It's the
It
issues.
doesn't
That's right.
necessarily right. So in order for us to help you effectively, you have to communicate with us efficiently as well. So this is a school. This is not a playground. It's not a hangout spot. It's a real administration. You have to communicate with the registrar and everything. I'm going to take you through so you can see what it is, and you have to know how to communicate. Of course, this is not your orientation when it's time. WAMO will do that with their students. This is just from the perspective of the website portal that is being built and managed for your success. Because the goal of this is to help young people or even seniors, anyone of all ages, professionals, to maintain your qualifications and your skill set in a world that's constantly changing, to make sure that you can advance and earn more, because that at the end of the day, that really is what it's
That's
about,
what it's
so
all
you can
about.
earn
That's
more
right.
and be competitive in the space, right? So we're
Yes,
going to go
yes.
through this, and remember, this is a vocational um, training center, so it's about skills, and it's about these unique skill set that the world kind of abandoned and now are in desperate need of. So this is something that you really need, and it is my hope that you'll take the time beyond this video to go and explore the website yourself to see how it meets your need, and make recommendations. Let us know what features you'd like to see on it, what you may
That's
not be
right.
seeing. But before you start making recommendations, you first have to learn what is there, because we're not seeking to duplicate and everybody's busy. We want to make sure if you bring something to light, it really isn't there. If it's already there, we shouldn't be seeing it because you should have done your homework to check it out to see what it is. And we want to say thank you to Apostle Dr. Faith Walters and her team and her inspirations, and whoever has been with her building this, for this amazingly wonderful project that anyone in the world can access and can advance. So let's go. So this is the homepage that we're on, right? When you log on to the Excel project, let me just hit it to start again. And please bear in mind, I am currently logged in. So I'm going to be having a personal experience, a unique experience that if you're not logged in, you may not have, as well as if you are logged in based on what you do, you're going to have your experience, because you're not going to be having the experience of my personal login experience, right? So when you log in for yourself, it's going to work for you.
Work differently, yes.
And this is exactly what happens, right? So community network and vocational skills certification. All right. So it's where it says welcome to the Excel project. And the register button is right there if you want to just get straight to it. And at the top you can see the message where it says vocational training certification available for interested applicants. You can enroll today. You click it, you're gone again. Or you can read more to learn more, to find out more, right? But we're going to scroll through the homepage now just to see what's going on here, right? All right, let's go. So we have community notice board, business connections, and online skills certification. And again, boom, apply now. Quick and easy at your fingertips the moment you walk through the door, baby. It's right there to apply or register whenever you want. All right. And then there's a button, there's a menu right here, which is really, really important because it kind of give you windows to other aspects of the network behind this training center. So we have, of course, WAMOE Ministry. And then as you can see, this thing opens up at the bottom. When I'm hover over it, to see what happens, it opens up right away. Very seamless, very easy flow. And as soon as you open it, you have right here immediately
Thank you for staying with us today. We invite you to
WAMO
come back at
announcements, right?
support at
Now,
wamo.org or join the
this announcement tells you everything you want to know about the ministry. Because remember, behind this school is a faith-based organization that is serving its community, right? This is one of its digital outreach programs. All right. So the announcement is there. So if you want to know what's going on, all of what the company or the organization is currently undertaking, you just play that announcement and you get a synopsis of everything. And then over here you have the links that takes you now to the respective websites that's connected and behind this, because this website is a part of a network. That's what I'm saying. It's really a comprehensive um, service listing that is right here. Faith, your spiritual health, well-being, your educational well-being, all of it is here. Just explore and you'll find the support services and the answers that you seek. So you have the link to the WAMO website, you have the link to Sister Georgie, then you have Poems About My Self-Esteem, which is a digital outreach program based on a book written by Dr. Walters again. And then you have Reborn, another book by her. And then you have 12 erotic fantasies for intimacy, which is for couples. Now, especially all these three, well, all of these are all also have their own home online. So when you go to each of these websites, they take you through, like I said, it's like a mall, right? And when you click it, you're going through all these different experiences, and it's just an overwhelmingly beautiful feeling when you start going through. It's positive, it is rewarding, it's inspiring, empowering. So it is my hope that you'll take the time to really have a full experience by scrolling, clicking, experiencing it, so you can get the full experience of what the Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries is really putting out there, for the benefit of persons, especially now in a time where online we need these positive messages, because the dark web is so powerful. We need more of these kinds of things to balance out everything, right? So
That's right.
right. Now, when you hover, you come over to community service, you'll see you have things like the Mount Vernon Public Library, Westchester Newsletter, Freedom Youth NYC, Therapy with Dr. Faith, and Nicole Lucio, which is one of the stakeholders that are a part of the ministry. And there will be more added there, because what do we want? It's a potpourri of services and connections that we're trying to build here in the best interest of the students, so they can be inspired, empowered, and have access to growth opportunities for them to be able to advance in their lives and in their careers, right? Then we have the newsletter, and as you can see, the QR codes are there. All you have to do is hold. I mean, I think we all know how to use a QR code by now. You open your phone, your photo app, the camera
Amen.
app on your phone, or for
Yeah.
some phones, you actually have the QR app, and you just hover it over it, and you click it, and it takes you where you want to go, my dear. So the newsletter is called the Excellence Chronicles. What did I say about this ministry? It's about excellence. Yes. And then we have the excellence reports, right? But the excellence news report is where you'll get the latest updates of the happenings or the engagements that Dr. Walters is a part of. But the excellence chronicles pull that together on a monthly, so that it gives you like an overview of what's happening. If you don't want to go through every single item, the newsletter is there, nicely packaged, for you to have a nice flow of what's happening for that month, which I strongly recommend you subscribe for. Then we have where you can partner with us. You hit this link, and it will take you through the application form. You can go through the information. You can see how we can collaborate, how we can work together. Because, like I said, we're seeking to build a network of organizations here. You cannot run a school without people, right? Connected and linked to it, because it has to you have to have different people that our students can then connect with for advancement. And then we have the registrar. We can click it, but because I want to take you through the homepage, I'm just going to keep going. Okay, there we go. Now, this is where it says learn and advance your skills to earn more. Again, that's what it's about. No matter where you slice it, how you slice it, what you say, how you say it, at the end of the day, we're doing all of this so that we can all access resources to empower our lives, to have the best experience in life we possibly can, provide for our families, have productive and purpose-driven work, so we can be useful, and we can offer what we have to the people who need our services. And this helps us to strengthen our services, as well as learn how to package it, to sell it, so we can earn to make a living, right? And not just make a living, but to thrive in this life. That's what we're hoping for.
Yes.
Right. There are three main areas of the Excel project that Dr. Walters is passionate about, and it's life building skills. And again, remember, as I told you before, I'm logged in, so you're having my personal, like you're now watching my personal experience. If you weren't logged in, you wouldn't see view, unless, of course, you're a student, you're signed in, fully registered, all of those things. You'd probably see maybe join or register, one of those things. So right here, I can click it, and it will take me there. And then we have Vocational Training Center. That's the second one she's passionate about. And the third one she's passionate about is computer literacy. And of course, we have one there where you click, you go to the registration process, and it will take you there. So everything is really on the homepage. Exciting online courses. Of course, here we have, again, just a little a breakdown of the life building skills. So it would include things like cooking and baking, sewing, business professionalism, and then you have computer literacy, And you have these from the basics to the advanced to the intermediate, all of that, living and working online, internet based, all of these things. And these are just to give you a preview into what there are in what programs exist, right? Then you have the vocational training where you look at like interior designing, landscaping, introduction to gardening, really carpentry, electricals, those kind, the things that come under programs that come under those headings, right? Those are the things that we want. And as you can see, based on based on the topics we just spoke about, it goes right back to what I'm saying. It's life skills. The Excel project is really, really important. It is my hope that we can really get to really promote this to people so they can get it, because it really is a solution based program.
Program.
Yes,
Yes.
because we're
Hmm.
in a space now where persons don't even know how to, you have to call somebody and pay a whole lot of money for simple things in the home.
Yes.
Things in the home. Like the other day I found out my pipe, right? I like to close my pipe because I have this thing that something might crawl through it. So the sink, the base, the face basin sink, I like to
Yes.
close that little thing in it. So I kept closing it, and one day it just stopped closing, and I started freaking out, called somebody in, and I'm
Hmm.
telling you the bill that I got. But it
Yes,
happened
it's
the
can
second
be
time, and I'm
enormous.
like,
That's right.
right, really expensive. So it happened once in the night now, and I was here by myself, and I'm just not sleeping with it open. So because of my fear, I started exploring, and I'm like, okay, let's go under here and see what they fixed. Only to find out there was nothing broken.
Wow.
There was nothing
Wow.
broken. It was just the like a hook back there, and because of the constant flipping it, it slipped off. So I
Okay.
went under there and I just put it back.
Put it
Why
back
am I
on.
saying this? Had I learned basic plumbing skills, basic
Yes.
skills, home management skills,
Hmm.
I paid for my lack of knowledge. It
Yep.
was a huge bill. And I'm sitting there like, why do they charge me so much? They charge me for their time.
Yes,
They
they
charge you
do.
for the inconvenience of coming to my home. They charge me, so they charge you this big bill for something that you could have done yourself. And I hear a lot of persons saying, "Oh my God, I can't afford this. I'm doing this because," and it's not because we can't afford something, because God does not give us, He does not allow us to exist in lack. If we think there's something we don't have, sometimes that we don't know, and the universe is saying, go explore, learn, figure this out, right? That is
Yeah.
what the Excel project is for. It's a service provided for you to help you to become informed and educated into practical living skills. Practical living skills. This is not about getting a degree that you then have to go get hired for a job. No, whatever it is you're currently doing, whatever skilled area you're in, you can come here and you can learn the latest in your field, so you can maintain that degree, because you do understand that your degree expires after a certain number of years, right? If you're not constantly doing workshops and things to maintain your skill set. That is something we all know. I go through so much workshop in a month that sometimes the workshops alone is like a job, because I need to be at the head of what I'm doing. I need to know what are the new upgrades, what's
That's
happening in
right.
my area of,
Yes.
and the Excel project. I have about 10 certificates from the partner that we work with for the Excel project. I remember when I wanted to do my coaching, I couldn't just get into an ICF program like that, because I needed hours. I needed continuing education unit points. And I didn't even know what that is. And I remember when I started doing my research, I came up on the website, and that was where I did it in order to be qualified. So this is not, but as I take you through, you'll see even a sample of what the certificate looked like and everything. So I'm saying all of this to say, come explore and really take the time to learn what this is about, so you can learn how it can help you, because it's
Yeah, every day.
continuing education, and continuing education is very, very important. You don't have to show up at those meetings anymore not knowing anything. You don't have to pretend like you know how to run a business as an entrepreneur. Go learn how to do it. Learn
That's
business
right.
management. You don't have to go to business meetings and say, "Oh, I didn't know that." Or sometimes we lie, and we wind our way around it. "Oh, it's something." No, just face it. I don't know what's happening in computers now. Let me go do a course to learn. Let me go
That's
update
right.
myself. Let me go upgrade the skills I already have. You know what I mean? So that is what this is about. That's what this is for, and making it affordable for you, right? So
Yes.
again, Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries is the parent company for the Excel project. Isn't that cute? Vocational Training Center. There we go. So now the partner that we work with is Universal Class, and as you can see, they've had over 1 million students registered, and I've been one of those. Right, over 600 plus courses and over 10 million lessons delivered so far. And let's be clear, the people who offer these courses are people who work at the university, the universities, the Ivy League universities, all of these things. These are not just some random people that's training you. When you sign up, when you register and you start your program, you'll realize that these are highly qualified people who work in the Ivy League schools and all those universities that we're all looking to get into. That's where this is. So it's not just some random people who be doing the training. And then when you register for the courses, through WAMOE Ministry, you will be connected. I'm not quite well. Apostle Faith will talk about how internally it will be managed because that's handled there. But there will be tutors or facilitators from WAMOE, from the Excel project through WAMOE, who will then work with you to keep you on board and track of what you're doing online. It's like a tutor and a facilitator to be there with you, to make sure that you are handling it well, you know how to, so you're not alone, you're not by yourself. So, because a lot of persons drown when they're doing online courses, and you have to hire like a tutor or somebody an accountability partner who will be there with you to guide you through the process to make sure you get through with that, right? Now, discover something new today, explore our most popular courses, and start learning what inspires you. Now, remember, the main areas that WAMO is about are those life skills, right? However, there are other things that are there, and you can check it out on your own time. They're right there on the website, so you see all the areas that are there. And these are just the general areas. And don't become overwhelmed, because that's where we come in. We're an affiliate, we're a partner with this agency, so we are able to sit with you to help you through WAMO's administration team that will work through the Excel project. We'll go through with you to make sure you identify what it is you really wanted. When you go through the registration process, all of this will be handled. Because when you register, you complete that application form, you'd have said what you're interested in and all of those things, right? Yeah. So all of these are the courses that are there. This is what the certificate looks like. And as you can see, it is accredited IACET provider. And if you want to learn more about that, go to iacet.org and check it out. These are the people who govern all educational programs. You have to get accredited whether you're a university or not. This is the organization that sets the standard for all education organizations. So check it out. And then, as you can see, it's a little blurry because it's a sample, and we don't want necessarily be publishing people's information. So it's not by mistake that it looks the way it does. We just wanted to give you an idea of what the certificate looks like, right? So you at the bottom, I don't know if you can see where it says right here, the number of CEU points, which is continuing education unit points, right? And it also shows you the number of contact hours, because remember, it is skilled training. And these are things like when you're writing your resume, a lot of persons say when you're writing your resume, like I had a client the other day that was having a serious issue because she just couldn't get a job. But when you look at her resume, all she really had was just this milestone of I went here, that's not what
Right.
employers want to see.
That's not
They
it.
want
That's
to
the
know what can
resume.
you do. They want to see your contact hours. They
Yes.
want to see your
Yes.
CEU points. And that's what a lot of persons don't even know. And they go out there and they're wondering, why can't I get the job? Why can't I was even talking to one of my friends when she was like, okay, as there's a school, they had a job and they really wanted me in it, but they said I need to go to another degree. And I'm saying to her, it's not that they want you to do another degree. What they're saying, let me interpret for you what they're telling you. They're saying to you that what you have presented so far is lacking. And
Yes.
in lieu of more experiences or a
More
different
experience. That's right.
presentation or proposal, they're saying, okay, keep it simple, get a degree. That's it. That's
Yeah.
what a degree is, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
And your employer is not going to take the time to let you know, hey, you can build on your resume. No, it's not gonna, that's not their job.
They're not gonna do that to tell you that. That's
Right,
right.
but I'm a coach and I work with people. I'm certified in career coaching. So this is what I help my clients to do to build their resume. This is what I share with my clients. I have a bachelor's. I started my master's and I quit. I just stopped. I was over studying. I've been offered an honored PhD, didn't take it because I'm okay where I'm at. Why am I sharing that? For my last three top projects that I've done, right, were the qualifications for those projects were PhD.
Mm.
And when they contacted me, they said, it's either you or we're not doing the project.
Wow.
Did you hear what I just said?
Mm.
Why? I have so many certifications. I have so many certifications, so many certificates, so many training, continuing education unit points, hours training. I have so much training that the PhD becomes irrelevant.
That's right.
Yeah. And if I'm not
Yeah, on
doing
top
it,
of things.
yes. So I'm sure I'm not sharing I'm not saying this to tell you my business. I don't share my personal business. I'm sharing this because I want you to understand why the Excel project is so important. It's
And that's very important there, coach, because we have to keep evolving.
yes.
When we keep evolving, we keep expanding and keep growing, because life is a learning tool every day.
Absolutely, spot on, spot on.
Yes.
So we continue, and here are the say it's a repeat. It's just the top one I showed you, the most popular courses, and here are a list of other courses, just the general courses that are there, and how many. So, for example, you have accounting, 40 online courses, so you can see an idea. And all of these, when I took this image, I think it was like it was last year. I think it was either last year or the year before. So these they have more, right? They have more, and it's constantly upgrading and constantly growing. So there are so many things there, that so many courses, and all of these courses are skill development based. It's not just theory, it's skill based. It's about making sure you know what to do on the job, because you can get a degree but you don't know what to do on the job.
That's true.
This gives you hands-on experience, and what I love about these courses is that you have videos. It's and it's all mobile friendly, right? So when you register with the Excel project, you get access to all of this, right? Awesome. And we continue down. I don't know if you know us yet, but the we have WAMOE have another program called Sister Georgie. Sister Georgie actually is a television show, and she's a television character, a character by Dr. Walters, of course, and you get to see the fun. Well, I wouldn't say fun because I think she's generally fun. I don't know if it's just with me. I'm just saying that's my experience, right? But this brings out almost the childlike humor in her, and she gets to you get to connect with her in a very almost motherly kind of way, but a fun
Yeah.
mom. I don't know what a mother really is because I never really had that experience. I never really have that experience, but I imagine this is kind of what it seemed like, But it's almost this person who's like, hey, here's my experience, don't make these mistakes that I made, and it's very fun and playful, and you don't have to feel afraid, because let's admit it, some of us, when we're talking to our parents, we're terrified. I
That's
don't know
true.
about you, but I've experienced that, and I know a lot of persons who have experienced that, because I work with
Yes.
people and their early childhood trauma. That's what I do as a coach, a success coach. So I know there's a proliferation of this, right? Because a
Yes.
lot of our parents, they weren't, again, skill training, and that's
No,
what
they
I'm talking
weren't.
about just now, right? So the way
That's
she
why some of them
presents,
are toxic, because some of them are toxic as well.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly, because they don't know how, but they don't
Yeah.
even know that they don't know how, and they don't even
That's
know that
right.
there's a place you can go to actually learn
Yes. They're not
the
dealing with their
skills.
trauma. They not
Exactly,
dealt with their trauma.
Exactly. One of the first things I did, because I thought I wanted to have kids, I really wanted to have kids growing up, and I said to myself, I cannot have a child based on how I felt, how broken I felt. And one of the first things I did when I went to college was I signed up for parenting the growing child for two
Wow.
reasons. I couldn't pay for counseling,
Wow.
and I wanted to learn parenting because I've been parented so poorly or not at
Wow.
all. So for
Wow.
me, that was so important for me. So again, when I landed on these courses, I started doing some of those courses to learn, and it helped me deal with my parental issues. It helped
Wow.
me as I was doing different parenting skill courses. I learned the what my, I realized that the what my mother didn't have, it wasn't so much that she was a bad parent, she just didn't have the skills and the techniques.
You
she
didn't,
didn't she
right.
didn't have the education, this. And
Right.
I don't want to use the word education, because when you say education, people think you're talking about college. I'm talking about skill,
Skill
skills,
set. That's
skills,
right.
techniques, right? So Sister Georgie has, through the Excel project, offers workshops for parents. You don't have to. I saw a video the other day, and when I tell you, that video triggered me to the point where I had to fast, I had to meditate, because the things that were coming up inside of me, I literally felt like if someone had touched me, I would have killed them. Literally, like
Wow.
if I had a gun in my hand and my mother walked anywhere, I would shoot her.
Wow.
and I'm
Wow.
saying that because we have to be willing to say what the thing is, so we can
Yes,
know
that's
that
right.
it's there and
You
fix it,
didn't get
right?
past it. Yes, that's
Yes,
right.
because she was beating this child, right?
Mm,
This, and it's not even a baby. Well, even if it was a baby, it'd still be wrong. With
that's
a
right.
stick, with
Wow.
the stick, and she was beating her live on camera,
Wow.
and people actually thought this was okay. Some people thought this was okay.
Yes.
Parents
Yeah.
need to come to these workshops to learn
Yeah.
how to conflict
Parent.
manage,
That's right.
learn how to communicate in a way to get your point across. You're assuming that this new individual that you brought into the life through your body channel, because you did not create them, God did. God just used you to bring them here,
That's
and
right.
you're assuming you know them. You don't know them.
Don't
This
know.
is a brand new person. You have to get some trainings in some skilled areas to understand, how do I manage this person? How do
But
I manage this
understand.
leadership?
Understand, Coach.
Yes.
What you saw there is sometimes their frustrations of what they don't understand as a
Yes,
parent.
exactly. Can't conflict
They
manage.
don't know how.
And they
Yes,
don't have
and they
communication
take it
skills.
out on their child,
Exactly. And they actually think they're doing the right thing. So
and they're not.
that's why Sister
Yeah,
George's workshop is here. So that's what I'm trying to communicate to you. The way she communicate with parent, like a parent, like this really warm parent. And I'm sure she, in order for her to do that, she too has to constantly do skills development training
that's
workshops
right.
herself, because
Yeah,
otherwise she become outdated, right? So
that's right.
it's important for us to sign up for these workshops. Come sit with her, to share and she's a therapist, right? So she has the background to handle the issues that may come up in those workshops, right? So check it out and learn more about it. And of course, like I told you before, Sister Georgia there's a website for that whole program, because it's on TV and all of that, right? So that's
Yes.
for another thing. So you can go check it out yourself. Okay. Also, Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries has a monthly newsletter. Remember, I talked about that earlier, where you could click it and go there to see like a synopsis of what's going on in that organization in for that particular month, right? So and you can visit, you can subscribe to get your shout outs, happy birthday, whatever the case may be. But check it out to learn more. And so here you can click right here, and it just takes you straight there. Like I said, it's like you're in a mall, and all the websites, all the programs are connected, and you just move from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other. So and you don't even realize that you were on different platforms, because it will feel like one once you have that real live explorational experience. So don't ask people how to use it, learn it for yourself, because if you ask someone how to use the platform, you're going to get their experience, and that's what
That's
you
right.
do not want. You want to
Right.
have your own experience, and in order to have your own experience, just like Google, you have to log in, you have to sign up for an email, you have to go to Gmail, you have Gmail, Google Drive, there's forms. Google has a whole list of platforms. But because they're in this hub, you don't even realize that it's different platforms that you're on. It's the same thing with this program. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's very interactive,
Yes,
and how you learn even in about computers. A lot of trial and
absolutely.
error, a lot of trial and error. You got to press these keys,
Absolutely.
see how that work. Press that key, see how that work. You know, and
Right
even as you're
there.
doing it, take notes and things like that.
Yes,
So you're able to go back in there again. You know exactly what to do, and you learn
absolutely.
as you grow as you go on.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. And there's some additional programs that are there for you. For example, we have the Excel Achievers, and this network is for persons who have graduated, who have your certificate, certificates that you've completed your courses and you have the certificates. We have that program there because when you're done, you might need support with job hunting. You might need other support services that the Excel project will be able to assist you with. And then we have the that's the registration, and then we have the Excellence Network. This is our stakeholder network. Remember, I mentioned one of our stakeholders earlier. My organization is a part of that network, Coach Ministry. So this is like a potpourri of solutions for you. If you come to the Excel project and you fail, you've got to check yourself because the programs are very comprehensive, and it has key features that people who need to succeed need to access. So you have these professionals, these community leaders that are gathered here that you can tap into them. A lot of times what the problem people face, you know why the media is so powerful? It's comprehensive network of contacts. That's why it's so powerful, right? You need people who know people,
That's right.
right? And then down here we have where you can place your order. We have this network is called the Excel Innovators, right? So for example, Dr. Walters, she has two two businesses that she operates. One is the Angelic Unique Creations, where she does customized gift wrapping for individuals and occasions, right? So even if you have training sessions, or you're having a conference, or whatever the case may be, and you need someone to provide the gifts for the members or the attendees, or it's just a Mother's Day gift that you want to put together, or whatever it is, but it's customized gift packages for people, for customers who need them. And then she has her Miracle Lemonade, and again, these are businesses outside of the Excel project, but they are offered under the Excel project. So if you want to learn more about them, then you can log in, go to the program, and just find out more about it. And also the Excel Innovators will be, so let's say you came to the Excel project, you did do the courses, you joined the Excel Achievers, and now you have a service that you want to offer. You can join this network. Let's say you don't have your
Right.
own website yet. Let's say you don't have your own platform yet. You don't have a business. You don't have all those things set up yet, but you want customers to find you. You want them to be able to log on somewhere and find you. You come to the Excel Innovators and you offer your services there. So all the customers that are coming to the Excel project will also have access to what you have to offer. And for all the persons who partner and collaborate or offer services to the students and the members of the Excel project, you get promotions. You get to be mentioned in like the newsletter and things like that. And what did I say? Remember, the programs are on television, reaching 1.7 million people and more across the globe and the internet. So it's there's so much benefits to coming here, but if you don't understand it, one, you can't communicate it and you can't access it if you don't understand it. So there's a lot of access here. There's a lot of programs to help you, and it's not expensive. It's affordable, it's economical, because right, we're focusing on skills building, and you have to understand it to know, how do I benefit from here? We also have had scholarships that we've offered. We're not offering scholarships. Well, let me not say not offering scholarships this year, because again, the network, right? There are spaces and there are members who have it. But for this year, we were more focused on building out the portal so that we can get people logged in. Because for the past 2 years, we had scholarships and persons did not come in. We probably will have a few more, but we will see what happens. But what we need you to do
Right.
is come in, register. Let's get it started. We'll decide if someone needs support or not based on where they are. But the important thing here is to register. register, register, register. No, we talked about our partners before. You can read and learn more about the story behind the program, as Apostle Dr. Walter spoke about it earlier, how this came about, but you can learn more. The information is there. And how to apply, there's an entire booklet there that you can go through to get all the information on how to apply. And of course, there's some things that we can never prepare for. Never prepare for. There's some things that we will only learn while you are in the program and going
Hands
through
on,
the
hands
program.
on.
Right.
Mhm.
They have to be addressed as the program is being run. It's like a
Yes,
car.
sir.
You
Yes,
can look
sir.
at it and say, yes, this car can take you to Mandeville, or this airplane can take you to the United States or to Africa or whatever. The car is there. It's built. It's painted. It looks nice. Oh, everything is good. You go into the car, you sit down, and it won't start. Right? Or you start and it drive you to a mile out, and then something's going wrong. You have to actually be in it to win it, in it to learn it, in it to adjust it and to customize it in the interest of the student. So we invite you to come and register, right? So all the information is there. Now I just want to take you through one of the things. So let's click register. And when you register, it's going to take you to the registrar dashboard, which is right here. And as you scroll through, you see how to complete your application form, introduction to the Excel project. So as you go through, and so this is where all the administrative information, instruction, guidelines, and of course, Dr. Walters, her team will be going through to talk about to put posts in there what they require of you, because again, what we're presenting is the website portal system. The operations now is done at WAMOE, the head of the organization. They will let you know what so for example, as a student, what's required of you. When you come to school, do you have to do it this way? Whatever the case may be, when you work with them, whatever the administrative look like there, that's what's there. But some of these will always be there, the guidelines as to how to maneuver the webs, the program, and all of those things. Right now, this is the main dashboard, and the main dashboard shows you everything. So you see the different groups that are here, and then so these are already pre-done, and then this will just give you an extended timeline on everything that's there, right? So you have introduction to gardening, and that gives you all the information. For example, what it entails. It gives you the skills you'll develop. If you hit see more, you'll see what's in that course. 6 hours average completion time, zero point 0.6 CEU points. You have 11 lessons, 23 exams and assignments, discussions, videos, reference files, mobile friendly, and when it was updated. And then it also shows you what you will achieve. It's all there, right? And you can sign up from right here. Everywhere you go, it's easy to sign up. At least that's how it feels to me. But then you have to experience it for us to know how it is for you. Okay. Then we have Landscape 101. And then the same thing, all the details that are there. You have interior design, you have business professionalism, sewing, cooking and baking, computer literacy, and it goes down, right? They're all there. And this is this is the dashboard where you'll see all of them. And this is about how to become a stakeholder. We talk about excellence network, and it shows you where these are posted, right? Yes. And so even for your team, Dr. Walters, who will be using this website, right? And see where it says order Dr. Face with lemonade, all there. It's all there, right? The angelic unique creations, all there. It's all there. So when your team is putting in their operational information, Apostle,
Yeah.
Dr. Walters, this is not WAMO. When they're doing that, or when you're
Mhm.
doing that, it is important for them to pay attention, because any mistake post, if a post goes out, we can't catch it back.
Wow.
Once one
Mhm.
post goes out, it goes to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like the newsletter, right? If
Hmm.
you upload something that's not that goes on the newsletter platform, everybody gets it.
Wow.
So that's why we have, for example, the newsletter platform, and we have the excellence reports platform. They're separate, right? Because different people get them. The Excel reports, everybody does not get that until it's packaged in the newsletter. So it is important that we take the time to learn the different platforms and how they work. Otherwise, we will not be able to guide the students effectively. And we don't want to send out something that does not represent the excellence of the program. So when we come in and, for example, let's go into vocational training, and let's say we're going to create a post because we're adding either a program or there's a message. Let's say um, um, the Excel project has a special offer for all the persons who are doing the vocational training, right? You come here, we post it. It has to be professional. It has to have the requisite information. For example, like what we send here, people have to understand. So it has to be done a certain way. If we just come in and just type something and just type it like a text, is good. That goes to everybody. Cannot be shorthand. It has to be completely professional. It has to be organized and coordinated. Just as if they walked into the administration office in a building, you wouldn't say it that way. You wouldn't send it like a text. So, and that's why when I say to persons, because I'm a digital expert and I work with persons and teams to help them develop their online business communication skills, you talk to, remember, once you enter a website, a business website, your business website, it's the same as entering your business building. It's no
Right.
different. If you would not do it in the boardroom, you do not do it in your platform.
That's right.
If you wouldn't send a message like that to all your customers, you would not post it in your platform.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just that one is online and one is on land. See? One is online, one is on land. If you're communicating with me, we want to make sure that all your communications are, and I know that it's quite a bit to undertake because, but of course you'll have your in-house team in its own time. But as you're managing everything and you're gonna have to be the one to train persons and things like that, or whether or not you hire trainers or whatever the case may be, right? You still have to be in the know of everything. And it's a lot of different parts and a lot of different pieces, and all the pieces are different. Right? For example, I have 8 different things that I do, right, in my organization. Coaching, digital, I do consultations. And in my consultation, it's like 2 separate things because I work with government and then I work with regular persons and I cannot communicate with them the same way. The branding is not the same. Everything is different, right? So even when I am on a specific platform, I have to remember where I am, because I cannot speak with my food customers the way I talk with my fitness customers.
That's right.
Right? So I have to tailor it, and the brands are different. My fitness brand looks different from my coaching brand and my food brand. And so even when I'm communicating with them, like my fitness is a lot more relaxed, the coaching is not as relaxed. So I have to be in awareness of which brand am I speaking under in this moment. And this is what growth and development is. I remember when I was advancing and I was saying to God, okay, these are the things I want to achieve. And I remember I'm like, but my dreams are too big for me. Like, they're big, God. How am I going to handle this? And I'm like, you know what, God, I'm going to have to trust you with it, but I need to do my job. So now all I focus on is learning. I'm constantly studying my own program. This that I'm doing for your program, I do this with my program. So I literally come to a meeting with myself and I sit and I talk with myself and I say, okay, this is your program. Let me take you through your brand website. These are what your website, I am my own client. I am my own child. I am my own partner, right? I handle it that way and I cultivate a habit of handling it that way. So it helps me to professionally manage all the things I'm offering, because if I'm not able to do this, then I'm not going to be able to earn what I want to earn. Right? So you can stay in hustle mode where you just get by, or you can get in a professional mode where people invest in you because you're professional and the way you present it, it's pleasing and it represents the excellence that we talk about, because what we say and what we do must be in congruence. It must sound and look the same. So that is pretty much the website. Did I miss anything? Oh, and the main menu is right here. I didn't go through the main menu because I just wanted to take you through the website. So you have the home, you have the registrar. Over the registrar, you have the registration fees. Oh, I didn't do that. I need to go there. Registration
Yes, I
fees.
was supposed to ask about registration fees. I was going to ask you
Yes,
that.
right.
We didn't
So we
discuss
have the
that part.
registration fees, register where you can register now, life building skills, computer literacy, vocational training. And again, remember there, well, pretty much everything falls under these three. But these are the main areas because it's a lot of information out there. The Excel project is focused on these ones. These are the ones we want to focus and zoom in on because we can't do everything, right? So, and then you have the apply now, you have the application form, scholarship workshops, right? Then you have the newsletter, you have an online store you can buy and sell, and the store is coming soon, or we'll see, but the platform has the capacity to do it when it's time, right? So you can actually sell with us. So this is also for collaborators. And from a business perspective, when you, it's like owning I think one of the agencies that do it is like hairdressing parlor. You know, like sometimes you go to a
Hmm.
hairdresser and they have different what do you call those
They get
service
stalls.
service stalls, right? And
Mhm.
they rent them.
Yes, they do.
It's the same thing with your website. That's what the store can do. You rent like a stall to each person who. So, for example, you might have the very same students that graduate may have a business and they don't have a web platform. They can sell on there, and then the program gets to earn a commission from that. So there if we learn the process, there are many ways to actually generate an income easily. And it's take the Netflix approach, right? You see, Netflix will charge you like $7, but they have a million clients.
Hmm.
See, so even in the beginning, you may not charge a lot, but what you want is to get people in. You want to get people in because when they're in, you're gonna also realize that once remember these students are being taught skills, right? The amount of business opportunities can come up. Just imagine you have 100 persons who are learning a skill and what you could do with that. Just saying, right?
Yeah.
And then you have where they can do online orders. I share this with you where you can look at it and explore it. Take some time, it's no rush to really see what can I do with this and pay attention to what's around you. What do you have access to? What do people already pay me for? What are people willing to pay for? And think about it, no rush to really learn and understand. You might have a restaurant that you always use, for example, maybe your birthday. They may not have a website. You can list their menu. You can list their menu in two ways. You can list it with their partnership, or you can do it without. You can list KFC, you can list anything and people can order. It's just that you have to have that back end operations that does have a process where you fulfill it. So for example, in 2016, right? I lost my well, I didn't lose it. And I remember the judge is like, how you say it matters. It was stolen from you. But because in my heart I feel like God rerouted it, sometimes I miscommunicate. But anyway, was
Hmm.
stolen from me. And it was right around my birthday. Like on my birthday, I had no like I had $320 Jamaican. And I remember that it just hadn't hit me yet because I couldn't believe. And this man, after stealing my business, went to the Blue Lagoon, my dear, with his partner. They went to the probably the most expensive the vacation spot in Jamaica.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes. And I remember sitting down like, okay, I have to earn. Like I didn't even have enough time to say it was taken from me because I had nothing to eat, right? And I started this company called Sexy Collectibles. I started like many companies, right? And what I did was when I started trying to get persons to use my platform and they didn't, I'm like, but I don't need your permission. I can do this.
Hmm.
Right. So now when I see delivery services and stuff, I did that a long time ago, where I set up the website. I decided what do I want to sell from where, right? And I just went to their website, got their product, put it on, and I also had this delivery thing. So I would order for people because we didn't have delivery services yet. So I was doing that. And so someone would come and order KFC. In the back end, what did I do? I go on KFC, place the order, set up the
Oh,
delivery, have it
oh,
delivered to them.
oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I'm saying. But
That's an idea.
there's so many ways to do it. You just have to know what your capacity is and what you have to offer. And that is how I've been able to build my business now, where the amount of stuff my friends are like, how do you do it? Like you're not tired. But you said because I set up my thing like a funnel, and God is the one that gave it to me. It's like, and I shared it with all my clients. It's like this circle, and you're in the center. And how do you want to trickle down? I told God I wanted 8 because that's what the Bible says. I was just going with that, you know.
Mhm.
So I set it, and you set up in such a way that all your business feed each other, and that's what we set up for your website. We set up your website in such a way that everything is interconnected and working, so it works for you rather than you working for it. But in order for you to do this, you have to learn yourself. What I offer here with you, because you're not one of my coaching clients, I don't know what your special gifts are. I don't know what I really don't know what those are. So I just go with what you share. So for example, the church is what you want to do, that's what we do. So a lot of these things that we put up there, I'm just putting it like, I wonder if these things would work, because I've never really coached you to understand, oh, this is where she's at, these are her skill set. For my clients who are my coaching clients, who I know what their skill set are, I'm better able to help them make recommendations, say, oh, this person, you need that person, that business you need, this is how you can do that. But I can't do that unless someone is my coaching client, where I've sat with you and done the work with you to learn and understand your deeper passion, that divine purpose that's within you. But God gave me this gift where I can kind of interpret, and I can say, okay, let's go here, let's go there, and see what happens. You know, I'm seldom ever off, but that's how it works. So because you have gifts, God did not put us here for us to do heavy labor. Even when
Oh my
I do, like
goodness.
I talk, right? Even when I talk about earlier, where I do consultations and stuff like that, I'm telling you, these people call me. I don't call them. I remember one of the ministry leaders. He's like, if you don't take this call, I'm coming to your home. But that's the biggest threat.
We don't
Because
want that now. We don't
no,
want
I do
that.
not want that. So I always call it this. I always say I'm always in meetings where I don't belong. What I mean when I say that is not that I don't think I belong, is that God brought me there, because I don't have the certifications that they usually, not certification, the education, the degrees and stuff that they ask for. And when I'm sitting there, I'm like, why am I talking and everybody's listening? Like, this is not even my thing. But because of all, it's the divine, you know. Once you learn your divine purpose, everything flows. I'm
Everything
like,
falls into place.
everything comes to you. We are not, if you're broke, you need more self-work. If you're struggling for money, you're not in divine purpose, not fully
That's right.
anyway. Because I am telling you, I turn down things. Like, I will go to a meeting and I just start saying, oh, okay. I'll be in a meeting, and before I start saying like, hello, this is me, blah, blah, and people start saying, okay, so how much do I pay? And I'm like, sit back. I'm not charging you for anything. People are ready to pay me for things. And I'm not, this is not even my meeting. You know, I don't want money. I didn't come here for that. Let's have a conversation first. Because I don't take, before, I mean, I had this gift before, but I didn't know. I didn't know that I had the gift. And I was very money driven, right? So I'll be just, okay, money. If you don't pay me, I'm not interested. But I realized that, you see, money, you have to be careful who you take money from. You
That's
have to be
right.
careful where you take money, because money comes with a spirit.
Yes, it does.
And if it's not blessed, and if it's not for you, you probably don't want to have it. So I've learned to, I need to learn you first to find out even if you're supposed to be my customers. So I don't do this with every customer. As a matter of fact, I don't do these things with people who are not my faith-based customers. I would just do a video and send it to them. Or they'll pay me for training sessions or whatever the case may be. They always want me to come because, you know, but I'm just saying to say the opportunities are there. But first we have to learn self and understand how the experiences of our childhood were set up as threads for the abundance that God had in store for us. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm very wordy, so forgive me.
That's all right.
Now, here are the plans that the registration packages. And of course, these are what we put forward, Dr. Walters. You're the
Yes,
one who has now reviewed it, because we didn't get it in time, and we're trying. Well, we have contractors that we work with that they don't go above and beyond like I do, because I'm not
right,
even a part of this really. From a payment perspective, I'm not paid for this part,
right.
right? And I'm okay with it because God rewards me. So
Yes,
it's not, I'm not doing you anything free for you. God rewards me, right? Um, so because they have a timeline,
Yeah.
because we also have a timeline for the budget, because this is a government funded project.
Program. Yes.
There are timelines that we have to adhere
Adhere
to for
to.
when we right. And the way I operate, you shouldn't have to worry about our job.
Right.
That's why we get paid. That's why everybody gets paid. So my team and the network that I work with, and the reason I work with them is because they understand they cannot come to me with excuses. You have to present a solution, even if we have to
Solution.
change the solution.
That's right.
Yes, even if we have to change the solution. And that's why a network is important. I love my network. They're not my employees or anything. It's just people who we connect together and we work together and we share projects and stuff like that. When you build that level of respect where they understand it, that's what makes your service delivery easy,
Mm-hmm.
because you have people who you can rely upon. Because when I have someone I can't rely on, oh my gosh, your answer, you can't function, you're worrying, you know what I mean? You don't know if they're gonna make a mistake. I so over time I've taken my time to cultivate and train and work with persons who, when they're
Or
doing something for me,
reliable.
yes, I can sleep and know they understand what I represent, and that's
Mm-hmm.
important. So this is what they put together, which they did ask me what my thoughts are, and I did look at what the general, what is it, what the fees are like out there, to make sure it's competitive. But that doesn't mean that you can't change it if you want, because at the end of the day, who's the boss? You're the boss.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. So we have the registration fee, right? And the registration fee, it really is just for them to sign up for one of the programs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I can't order because of who I am, and also because we need to connect your bank account to this, because it has not been
Mm-hmm.
finalized yet, right?
Right.
So when they click on it, I just want to show you what they will see. So they'll see the sign up there, they have the payment details, they have a secure checkout, and it's for a year. And you put the
Okay.
start date. Now, when someone registers, you have to have in the back end what's their registration package that you'll be giving to them. That's no from the Excel project head administration, what that operations look like. So for example, I know some schools, you have like a t-shirt with your brand on it included. You may have your school guidelines and operational guidelines, everything you want that student to, what am I doing? You have been a teacher. I'm sorry, you know this thing, but you'd have your registration package that they would receive after that. Once they're registered, and they're the only part we play is web management. I'm the website admin. So if, because the contractors who work on it, once they deliver their job, they're gone. They're not around, hang around, right? Because they've been paid to deliver it and they're gone. Now, web admin, I do web admin for all your websites. So, for
Yes.
example, if they have issues, if there's a challenge, whatever the case may be, and this is why again it's important how the reports come in, because there's a lot being handled here. So we can't just hear, I was doing this and it didn't work. This is business. It cannot be handled that way, because the team can become overwhelmed if we handle it that way. What we want to do is to make sure a report is submitted with an image to say team, and it would go to the support, because it doesn't need to come directly to me. Everything goes to support, and then support now is the one who come liaise with everybody else, right? To say, okay, let's coordinate this, let's handle it. So for example, and even when we have the students coming, when we have more crowd, more system processes will have to be developed based on what's being experienced, right? So a
Yes.
lot of these things have to go into place, because when you have a business, the more successful it becomes, the more it requires of the leader.
More. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. So the registration fee that we have here is $35 plus a $15 administrative fee, right? And then we have the life building skills, for example, and this package is right there, it's all there. So this is where the cooking, the cleaning, sewing, job readiness, and financial management comes under, right? So these are just 5 samples that we put. The students, after they come in, can also choose what projects they want to do, because these are not the only projects that are there, but because these are the key ones for Excel project, that's what we're catering to right now. Of course, we
Can you
pick.
bring up the bring it up a little bit further?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bring
Oh,
it up a
all right.
little bit,
Let me,
because I'm trying
so
to
you can
read the
see it properly. Right. Is
okay.
that better?
Okay, I'm bringing up a little, bringing it. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Oh, I can't zoom in. Can you expand your screen? Hold on, let
I'm
me see
trying.
something. Let me try something.
Hmm.
Oh, is it zooming?
Okay, there's, yes, I see
Is
it.
it zoom?
Oh Lord, you
Okay,
can't. Okay,
okay.
I
Oh,
see
you're
it.
on a phone.
Hmm,
You're
but I
on your
can't see
phone?
it. Yes, because the laptop is just giving issues.
Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. What you can do, if you have your laptop next to you, you can open it while I'm talking.
Yes, I'm trying to, but it keeps going in
Oh,
and out,
okay,
so I
and that's
can't
fine.
even.
That's fine. That's
It
quite
shut off
fine.
again. It shuts off again. So
Got it. Got it. Not a problem
yeah.
at all. I'll see what I can do. So if you're seeing it now, great. Let's just be mindful for the persons who may watch this thereafter. Please understand that because I'm zooming in, some of the website text, for example, you see what happened right here? This is not how the website is, but because I'm zooming in, that's why it may appear as though some things are offline. I just want to say that for the few persons who will be watching this who may not understand. Right. So you have the registration fee, and the registration fee is $35 plus a $15 administrative fee, right? Then we have, for
Administrative fee.
example,
Hmm.
yes, admin fee. So you see when we talk about that registration package or something, that's why you have an admin fee, right?
Yeah.
And then we have the life building skills bundle, right? That's one of the course area that Excel project is about. So for example, this one is $250 plus a tutor fee of $35, right? So for remember we
Hmm.
said for each
Yeah.
student will be assigned a tutor. Again, I can't order it for various reasons. I just want to show you the back end of it. So the total, this is a non-profit organization, so you don't collect taxes. So the total of this would be 285, right?
Right.
All right.
Hmm.
Let's go
Yes.
back. And then we have the Excellence Network membership fee of $15 per month. And this, of course, is a stakeholder network, right? And this will help you
Okay.
understand when I said to you, you remember, if you recall, when we started the stakeholder thing at the beginning, we had an individual in who was working with you. God bless her. She did a good job. So this is nothing on her. What I wanted was someone who has a business mind, who's not rely on someone to tell them what to do, who can sit down and think about how do I run a thing. So that's why I work with an agency. Right away, they're thinking, why isn't my client earning from this? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm busy focusing on
Yeah.
my thing. You want somebody who's also focusing on and understanding how something should be. So that's why I work with agencies
Yes.
and persons who is trusted. They know how I think and they know how I operate because they work on projects with me. So I don't have to constantly try to remember to say, hey, make sure you do that. No, they're already thinking about it. So immediately she was just like, where this needs, so put whatever you're doing, put a fee somewhere there. Let them pay. It doesn't need to be big because, like I said, like Netflix, if you get $15 every month and you have 10 members paying $15 every month,
You're doing completely good. Yeah.
income. And then where you're there in they mentioned in the newsletter, and you do your ministry highlight because, and let me remind everybody, these ideas are not ours. We follow the client, who is Dr. Walters. We follow her. She's the one that came up with the ministry highlights. And so we're like, we need a newsletter for that. We need marketing for that based on where she's heading. So we listen to where she's going. And because we're doing our studies to know what programs are out there, we're able to say, you see that thing that she brought up? She needs this. This needs to be in there. So this is all your ideas. And because we're listening and constantly learning you to understand where you're heading. So this is you, all you, right?
Yeah.
So you have the 15 monthly, right? And under that, they get promotions, recommendation, and referral. So for example, even the students can register for this after they're finished studying. So they can come to you for a recommendation letter. They can come to you for recommendation if they want to get a job,
Yes.
or if they want to, right? So once you're a member, so let's say even let's say someone even want to just, well, whatever comes under here, those times when it's in the newsletter, if you want to do a referral to say, hey, I know this person who did so and so and so, it's persons within your network. And this is how I built mine as well. That's exactly how I built my business.
Oh, wow.
And then we have the computer
Mm.
literacy and the vocational training, and it's the same thing just as the just as the life building skills. So all the programs. When it came to the computer, I really do think that the computer should be higher. It's just that I feel like we
Yeah,
should start out, and when people start registering, let's give it a 6 months of having people on board, because once people come on board, the key is to start getting students to register. Once they start, then we will know exactly what to do, because we
that's
have
what it is. Yeah.
my marketing team is not with me. We have them on your thing. So it's easy for me to say, hey, how do I upsell this? How do I won't even have to ask, because like I said, these are people who work with me. They just be like, hey, Raquel, there's an idea over here you're missing. You know what I mean? So that's why we had to do it this way. We had to wait until we had the right team in place to be able to, because this is an undertaking. Right. So here we are, the program. So they get a snapshot of the
Yes, it
program.
is.
Right. And all of that is there. And I think there's one thing more I want them to, me personally, but I'm going to ask you after this. You're going to give your feedback on what else you need on here. But one thing I think I would like them to have here is an abstract program with the same fees and everything, so that somebody who does not want to fall under these three, they can sign up there. You
Yeah,
understand
can
what
there
I'm
be a
saying?
breakdown? Yes, there can be another breakdown there
Right. One
in
one that is
between the
open.
250 or something like that to give them more options. Yeah, more options.
Not sure if I'm understanding you or if we're on the same page. Let me tell you what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying we have
You,
the computer
go
literacy
ahead.
and we have the vocational
Hmm.
training, right? And we have
Right.
life building. Because these have preset courses based on the Excel project program,
Okay.
people might come on here
Okay.
and I'm logging. When I log on, I say, oh, this is carpentry. I don't want to do carpentry. Electric, I don't want to do this. I don't. So to have one that's blank, same set of fees, everything, right? But it's blank
Right. I
and it
see.
could be what courses they want to add under it.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Right. But
Hmm.
now I'm going to give you your time to let me know what you see missing, or well, I don't know if you want to do it in this meeting or you want to go away, go through the platform yourself now, and then make notes so you can send us a comprehensive document that outline what you'd like them to work on. But you can also share some from now. Just bear in mind that this is not for the team. This is going to go under the training resources that will be there, that you can then look back on and say, oh, so this is what we talked about. These were the ideas that were shared, kind of thing. So this is just me
So,
introducing what is there. Go ahead.
yeah, what's going on? Yes. So, I look at I was just thinking with you had 35, the 250. Go back to the
Oh, go
pricing
back to the
section.
courses. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Can I
the
just do this
pricing.
one thing before I go back? I wanted to show you one
Yes.
thing,
Go
and then I'm
ahead.
going to go to the prices. So this here
Mm-hmm.
is where we have the Excel innovators. Where, for example, let's say you want to sell your it has this, yeah. So many words in my head. Gift packages, the
Right.
angelic, unique creations, and the
Correction.
lemon.
Uh-huh. Right.
Right. So they're here. So let's say, so this is now where you already have clients, or you already have programs, or you have some stuff already that you've already done, right? So before, you just go to WAMO website and you just post something there. You don't need to do that anymore. You can come right here, because
Okay.
this is what's important.
Mm-hmm.
We have to start operating now the way you want to operate when 100 customers exist,
Right.
right? When 100 customers exist, can't just go to Walmart and drop it there. So we don't want to do that now. That's why this is set up,
Yes.
right? So all you have to do is when you come, this one is there by itself. You just click it. You go under. You go under the same one, right? Where am I? Okay, here we are. This.
Yeah.
If you
Mm-hmm.
notice, it has a comment section right here. So, for example, I
Right.
could just put an order right there, right? Oh, see the angelic one here. Yes, right? Or you already are registered, so you can click create a post. You see where right it says add topics? Hit that and you
Yeah.
click angelic unique creations, right? So it will go and it will be sorted under that brand. So when a customer comes in, they will get everything that is associated with the angelic unique creations brand,
Yeah.
right? So you would select the topic
Mhm.
and then you'd go ahead, make it professional. So for example, gift baskets for dad, big
Mother's Day. I had. It's a recent
father's
Mother's Day.
right day,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm a dad's
Mm-hmm.
girl, so
Well, okay, that's fine.
yeah. That's why it
That is
flows more
fine.
freely
Okay,
from me.
become not this.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can add, you can add images of the ones that are for sale
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, right? And
You could.
when you're done adding it, right, and you post it, you simply come here. I didn't post that, so I'm just finding the one. You simply come here and you see
Right.
this, the share button, click it. You can share it on
Yeah.
Facebook, in there, wherever. You copy the link and you share it
Instagram,
wherever. Yeah, yeah, you
Twitter.
can.
Yes.
Well, you wouldn't be the one
Mm-hmm.
to share it with Instagram, but once we, and this again, this is what's powerful, right? Every member on the team knows where to go for what. So if it's not posted where it's supposed to be, they won't know it exists.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm breaking up.
Yeah. Okay.
Am
There
I
you
back?
go.
I'm
Yeah,
back
you're
now,
back.
right? So I
Yes.
was saying every member of the team knows where things are. So if things are posted in the wrong place, they won't know it exists.
Okay. They won't know it exists.
They won't know it exists. So for example,
Okay.
marketing, marketing is going to come if it's something under the Excel project, marketing is going to come to the Excel project for it. Now, if they come and it's not there, if they don't, because they get alerts when, so for example, let's say you post something for Father's Day, they get it immediately. But if it's not done on the right platform, they won't know that it's there. So that is why sometimes I say, remember there's a team, remember there's a team. And sometimes I say, remember to lead. But I realize that what I'm saying, because we're different people, what I may be saying and the
Right.
way I'm saying it, you may not be interpreting it that way. What I really am trying to say is
That's
remember
it.
your team. We're not living in the same space. We're not talking every day. We don't talk. So if you
That's
send
it.
something, you think, I'm getting it. Did they get it? I'm not following up to see if they get it because I'm busy doing my job.
That's right.
Marketing is not
Okay.
busy trying to find out if I get it because they're doing their job. They're only
Right.
listening for it to come from you,
Mm-hmm.
the head of the organization. So that is why that's the case. So that's why these things are there and the different programs and stuff. That's why it's important to learn the platforms, the different platforms, and know how they operate. Because even in your communicating
Yeah.
to people, you need to also know what you're telling them. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
all of these things are there. And no, I need to go back to the price point, the registration um, section. That's where you asked me to go. The
Yeah.
registration
Well,
forms,
yes, I'm looking at here. I'm going to go back again and
the
register
fees.
myself like I did before
Right.
and go through the process again because this is now
Right.
upgrading to another level. So
Right.
to be able to understand
Absolutely.
each area and also to guide people
Yes.
and because people need sometimes they have questions and I got
Yes.
to be able to do
Answer
it
them.
myself so I
Yes.
way back can network and to work with the people so they can be effective in what they're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking at the fees and I'm saying
Right.
should be there could be a in between beside just from 35.15 to 250 can be like a 150 some kind of balance out somewhere with some programs in between that connects to that.
Okay, so the programs don't operate that way. The system would not operate that way because then
Oh,
marketing
okay.
wouldn't know what to do. So you'd have to
Gotcha.
decide on a fee. So, for example, if you want to put a base fee there, that's on you. Or what you
Right.
can do is when persons are registering, you can apply a discount. Because remember, everything doesn't have to be on the website.
Gotcha. Well, I
There's
like
a
that.
back end that operates. So, for example, you can say we have a discount code. So, for example, let's say someone is a member of your church
Right.
and you want to say, okay, as a member, you get a 50% discount. So
Mm-hmm.
you would communicate, you would send an email now outlining when that you send a person to register or have, you'd send an email to outline so and so and so will be registering. Um, you know what, even better, whoever you're going to give, that's why we have a registration fee that's separate from the course.
Right.
So let's say you have a discount for someone. That person, first thing they need to do is to register because they can't qualify for the scholarship anyway or the discount until they registered. So they go in and they pay their $50, 35 plus $15. They
Right.
sign up, right? Once that person is, because Amy is now going to send you a list of who signs up for you to approve them,
Right.
or they're automatically approved because of their payment.
Right.
Right, 2 ways. But either way, you're gonna get their information. Once it comes in now, you can just simply have a system where you can say this one qualify for so and so. What you can do is, if you know you're going to have a set of of discounts that you want to give, write down
Right.
all these sets of discounts and where they apply and who they apply to, submit them to us, and then we can know, okay, these are the things she wants. How do we apply this? Or maybe we have to figure out how to put it into a process so they don't have to always come to you. So make a note of all these things and communicate them effectively to us, and then we will know where to fit it.
Yeah, but
So
I'm just thinking,
yes,
instead of going through all of that, can just do those who come to the program, could give them a flat out 10% discount or something like that
right.
at the
So
beginning, so they can go through all the different processes.
right,
So those who come on the platform can just access the courses, because
understood.
it's an initial 10% discount off the prices, and off the 250 actually, not the 35 and
Right,
15.
right. Because I was
And
gonna ask you that too, because I think if you can't
yeah,
register, then because, and also remember, this is a school, which is, so that I'm saying is a back end, that's a back
yes,
end operation, and for us to do anything or to know how to apply anything, we have to get instructions from you that completely outline what are you asking us for. And this is what I would suggest: is when you're talking to us
yeah,
about something,
yeah.
talk like we're dummies. No, honestly, let me
Okay,
explain why. It's not that we're stupid, it's that our minds are not where your mind is. We're actually
right.
dummies to your mind.
Because
There's a
I'm
particular
moving
minister
forward.
that I work with, right? Just when he's talking to
Hmm.
me, he used
Right.
nothing but videos.
Okay.
I have another client, when she's talking to me, she had this thing where she used dollars and stuff to, we don't think alike.
Right.
I'm digital. I'm always
Right.
digital. You are
Hmm.
spiritually led. We are so
Yes.
far apart. What you would pray about, I'd probably play music for. We are totally different. We're not thinking the same thing, not a mile away. Like, we're not.
So I
That's
got
why,
to break everything down. So I got to break everything
yes,
down.
and give us as much information as
Baby
possible.
steps as possible. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, as
Got
much information as possible, so we can say, oh, that's what the possibility is saying. Got it. Got it. So we can understand
right.
it. So no matter how you think you're telling us, it doesn't necessarily mean. I always say this: English language is but a tool, and it doesn't.
Right.
It's not tailored to everyone's understanding.
All right.
So
So here I'm
yeah.
suggesting that when people sign up for the course, because you're saying that I got
Mm-hmm.
to send a list of who signs and things like that. When you go
Yes.
to school, if whoever wants to sign for any course, they sign for any course.
Right.
Okay. And if they're going to be in that particular class, they're in that class. So, you know, you want to sign, just give them that initial 10% discount for them to come in
Yes.
and want to be a part of it.
And that's
So
quite fine.
everybody can just sign up for the course, take the course, go to the process,
Yes.
and then we you get your certificate in the end. So it's almost like the same as
Yes.
just sitting class. Sign up for your
It's the
class.
same
Right.
thing. Absolutely.
Right.
The other question
Right.
that I wanted to ask is there an Excel project certificate that you have internally that you also want to give to them?
I could do that as well. I have
Okay,
do
because these courses, they'll get the program certificate, but your
Mhm.
logo is not on that.
Right.
So I would suggest for each student they get two certificates when they're done. They get one with the Excel project under WAMO
Yes, because
with that, and
I do have
right,
a skill. I do have a skill that I
exactly.
have. Hmm.
Right, because I don't necessarily know what your operations look like from the back end when a student is in, and I do think that a lot of that back end thing is going to really be ironed out as students sign up, because that's
Yes.
for all business. It doesn't matter how much plans you've made.
Hmm.
When a real life student comes in, is when
Right.
you're gonna have the real life test, because you're gonna find out that a lot of these things that we're talking about, some of them might not even go into play until at the more
Right.
advanced stage. But we have to be as prepared as we possibly can.
Yes, as much as possible. Yeah.
Yes,
And be able
yes,
to go in and out and understand the different nicks and knacks of it, and be able to have a smooth transition or a smooth
absolutely.
working of the program. so people
Yes,
can understand and be able to proceed and be effective in what they're doing.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
So,
I could get the Excel project. I have a WAMO seal, so we could do the WAMO
okay,
seal. I have
great.
that.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, great. And send an email to Amy to have a certificate designed.
Okay.
And once it's designed, then we can get the seal on it.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll design it, send it to you, print it, do the seal thing, then scan it and send it back to us so we have that sample to add to the website.
All right.
Yes. And any other questions that you
So
have?
you're sending email certificate of the for the Excel project. Okay.
Email requesting the design of a certificate. If you don't already have it, I mean, I don't know if you already have it. If you already
Well,
have
I
it,
don't
then
have one yet. I could create one. I could create
okay.
one.
So you can
Yeah.
send, right. So you
I
can
can
do like
always
a
do it.
template and send it so we can design it. And then
Mm-hmm.
we'll send the complete, or you know how you want it done, however you want it done.
Yes. Yes. 'Cause
And
I have
then,
done. I give
yeah,
out
and then you get it
certificates. I made
printed.
it my own. Yeah. I've done.
Right.
I've made my own. Well, actually,
And that
I
makes
just
sense because
yes,
when
I do.
students are registered, you want to be able to manage. That's
Mhm.
something you should manage yourself. That's
Right.
internal because there's certain things that not even I am supposed to get access to.
Right.
Right. Because
What
you
I
don't
could
need
do
people
is,
to know your
yeah, what I
trade
could do is I
secrets.
have sample papers that I use, so I could always
Right.
type it up and then use that
Right.
as an attachment, so you can see what it is.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah,
All right.
because when each person you want to have it in a way that each person you're going to give a certificate, you go ahead and I don't know how you want to add the names to it or whatever. I suspect that as soon as students are registering, you're definitely going to need at least one admin person for the Excel project,
Yes,
right?
because they have the names of the person on the certificate. Everybody's
Absolutely, that administration. You need somebody
right.
like an Amy, but
Yes.
not Amy, because Amy already managed all the media stuff. But it's somebody
Yes, you
like
do.
that you need. Somebody who know
Hmm.
how to get people to do things. I'm telling you, she is God bless her. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man, because yeah, so you need somebody who's like your right arm for that, the way I am with your website, the way, you know what I mean, and
Right.
and all of that will come in at its own, because I have people I can recommend to, as well as you may have people you want to think about. So
Right.
it will flow as everything usually does.
Yes, us
And that will
time
be
progresses, things will
after,
be
right,
different.
that will be after you have students. That's when you have
Yes.
students,
Hmm.
right? So it will flow like that. So do you
Yeah.
have any other questions based on everything that I just um do you have any other questions on this one?
That's it right now, because I just really want to make sure
Okay,
people are signed up. 'Cause people like discounts. I mean, you get
right.
discounts, they like, and that's when they join in. So I just want to put that out there. So at
Yeah,
least I
but
give them want to try to get in.
permit me to also share this with you.
Go ahead.
When I started my business, I was also concerned like that. I was like, will they pay it?
Mhm.
Will they do this? Will they do that? Will they whatever? I was
Right.
worried about it. What I learned is discounts are something you have to be calculated about because it
Yeah.
can send the wrong message.
True.
It can also send the message that you're not confident in your services. I'll never forget one of my mentors. He's a multimillionaire in engineering, and
Mhm.
he's like he's one of my best. Like, he's a mentor to me. And he was something that, no, Raquel, you need to stand on what you're doing. Stand on it. The only time you should be nervous about it is if God didn't tell you to do it and you can't deliver. Because your customers, the ones who should find you, the ones who are your real customers, will be distracted by you constantly saying, "Oh, pay a 10% down." No, you give 10%. When you're giving a discount, there should be a meaning to it. And a lot of times your discounts go to clients you already have. He's the one who really helped me realize that don't be scared.
That
Wait,
makes a lot of sense. But it
yeah,
could be like a
but and that
limited
doesn't
amount,
mean
limited time, limited time.
and I'm not saying you
Right.
shouldn't. Remember, I'm not
Right.
saying this to change your mind. I'm
Yeah, I
just
understand.
mindfulness. Yes, to be cautious,
Yeah, that's a
because
good idea too. Yes.
you also want to
Yeah.
attract the right people.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
he always said to me, "What's the message you're sending someone coming through the door?" For
Right.
example, how I managed, for example, your program is not how I manage my new clients.
Right.
Totally different, right? Because I realized that you have to walk in from a space of confidence, and that is how I get my most profitable clients. Not that I'm saying you're not, because like I said, my faith-based clients are my heart, because I feel that that is God aligned.
Right.
That's God aligned. So it's separate. I'm just saying, when I approached how I was handling, and you'd have seen all the changes I've gone through since that time, and the
Yes.
confidence. So I'm just sharing it. I'm not, nothing I say is to change what or alter what you're going to do, because I always say this: I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but you should go with what God tells you to do.
Yes. Yes. I just
Yeah,
felt in my spirit that give that
and that's quite
initial,
fine.
yeah, give
That's
that
quite fine.
initial, and it could be temporary for the
Right.
time. It doesn't have to be an ongoing thing,
That's quite fine.
as we progress, progress. That's
Yeah.
it.
Quite fine. So once the person
Mhm.
registers, and because you'll get an alert when they register, you can simply send an email over
Yeah.
to Amy to say, so and so has been approved for a 10% discount. Move on. That's it. All you have to do is
Yes.
inform
Okay.
her. 10% discount. This client has been approved for this, and you go from there.
Right.
And
Okay.
then Amy will know who to speak
All right. Got
to
you.
implement it. Right. And we don't handle, for example, your client is your clients. We don't interact with your clients. Right? We
Mm-hmm.
run the platform and your media network. We don't interact with your client. We don't send them messages, nothing. Unless you send something where you said, I need this to be on the website. And for example, let's say you come up with a registration package and you said, as soon as they register, I want them to get this. And can you set it up in a way that they get it automatically? Then we can have that conversation. But we first have to know how you want it to flow for us to even know how to do something, like what to set up, because we'll set it up based on what your workflow is. So what I think, I don't know if you probably already have it. I don't know if I say something that sounds stupid, forgive me. But what you can have, I usually have for my clients what I call a workflow, or service flow, where you can say, okay, when a client comes in, this I want happen. Once they start the course, this I want happen. When they finish the course, this want happen. Now, we don't need the intricate details of that. We just need to know A, B, C, D, E is how the thing is going to flow, for us to know, okay, as we're planning and as we're doing, let's be prepared for this flow. If we don't know, we can't prepare.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So we need to know how your internal flow works to make sure that our system flows with it.
Right.
Right. So for the life of the student, when they come in, what happens? While they're in, what happens? And when they leave, what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that we need to know. So do you like the
All right.
website?
Yes, I do.
The like upgrade so far, does it represent your
It
thoughts
looks
and your
great.
ideas based on when you?
Yes, it does. You're right in line.
Wonderful.
You always got. You
Wonderful. We pay
always got it.
attention. We pay
You are. We
attention.
are flowing. You are flowing in the vision, girl.
Yeah.
I
We
loved
pay
it.
attention to what you post online. We pay
Yeah.
attention to every time you speak about what you're doing. My team knows they're supposed to be paying attention to what you're doing.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So this would, if you have no other questions, this would bring us to the end of the
This is
presentation.
great. I really enjoyed this. This is beautiful.
Wonderful. That's
And I
wonderful.
know the clients that join this program is really going to get a great insight and be able to have the know-how and the ins and outs how to handle their lives.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all
Absolutely.
about. That's what this whole WAMOE network is about.
Yes.
And empowering individuals for success
Absolutely.
in the kingdom of
Absolutely.
God as well as in their personal lives. So thank
Absolutely.
you so much for
Thank you.
this, and God bless you. And thank you all who is going to be part of this program in advance. God bless you. And thank you so much for being a
Thank
part
you
of
too.
this. Okay.
Awesome. And so
Yeah.
this is going to also, this video, when we're done, it's going to be on mycoachministry.com website in training, but it's also going to be on the Excel project. But I was actually thinking, where do you want the training materials to go? Do you want us to put it on the WAMO website or on the specific project website? Because I was thinking maybe it would be best to have our training resource hub on the WAMO instead, since that's the
WAMO
head
website.
organization.
The WAMO. That's what came to my
WAMO,
spirit.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, WAMO.
Because as you develop different things, and
Yeah.
as you have different, that's a central point.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I agree. I agree. That's where it's gonna go.
Yeah. Yes, that's where I put everything should be at the initial WAMO
Right.
network section and then branch out because all
Right.
of these are a division of the
Yes.
WAMO network. Mhm.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
currently we're working on upgrading the WAMO backend. So even the Excel reports as it currently is, all of that is going to be changed, and it's going to be made to be more personalized, more customized, and similar to, so we're upgrading because a lot of internet upgrades has happened, so that we're upgrading.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Hmm.
that's going to be over a period of time. So if, let's say, for the next 2-3 months, you see any issues, and an email will be sent out, is because we're currently working on the platform.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but everything is always ongoing. So
right. And what I
with
love
that.
about working with you, you understand media. You're
Yes.
one of my clients who understand, oh, it's media. Some persons, no clue, bless them, don't have a clue how it works.
But
So they don't understand.
some people are still computer illiterate. They're not really
Yes, a
understanding how things.
lot of people.
And as things are evolving and moving, they're not
Yeah,
really part of it. They're not be able to catch up because
yeah,
some of them didn't even have the foundation level.
exactly.
You know,
Like I
so
have
that's
people
what it is.
now who have degrees and stuff, and now they're finally like, "Oh my God, I have to learn this." And I'm like, "I've been telling you for so long."
But
They
the thing
just
about
thought,
with the degrees, because I go
yeah,
to school, and even in my teaching, when I had the my education degree, a lot of things that I did in the school system, I did not learn it in school.
that's just it.
It
School does
all
not give
got a lot
you
of hands
hands-on
on. Got a
experience. You
hands
have to
on. You got to be hands on.
you have to do skills training
Yes,
because school gives you proficiency, it gives you a
that's it.
qualification, something to take to
That's
people
it.
and say here, but you
I
have to
did
go to
this.
skill
Yes.
training to actually know how to do something.
Yes. After to put it
Yes.
into
And that a lot of
rotation.
people don't understand that. They think, oh, I got
No,
my
they
degree,
don't.
so that's it. No, it's not it.
No, it's more than that. Because
Exactly.
when I started doing computers, when I started, because I was love typing, and I started. Remember, they had the Mac. They had the Mac, not the some Fortran, all the different type of computers back
Yes.
then. You know, and it took a while for me to learn it, and there's a lot of trial and error.
Yes, it is.
Not a trial and error for you to learn computers, and it
Yes.
takes a practice, but you have to want to. And even though
Yes.
the mistakes you make, you always got to find your way out of it. You understand that part of it. So you know if you
Exactly.
hit that key, and you got to know the keyboard. Some people
Absolutely.
don't
You
know
have
the
to
keyboard.
learn. Yes. You have to
They don't
learn
know
how
the
to use
keyboard. They
it.
know how
So,
each keyboard function. They don't know how put your fingers on certain keys and
yes.
what's happened. Stuff like that. So those things, all the basic stuff that people need to learn. And once you
Yes.
learn that part, you're good.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why you have for schools like the Excel project.
Yes,
Yeah,
to
that's why you
teach you
have
how
it.
to function. Yes,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
as I'm
Because
telling you, and I keep using the word evolving. This world is
yes,
always evolving.
it is.
It is not
Absolutely.
going to stop evolving. And you
Absolutely.
got to be able to be on board to understand. You got to get with the program because
Exactly.
if you don't, you're gonna be left
Exactly.
behind.
Exactly. And the Excel project, can actually work with organizations to do group training. The Excel project can work with offices to train their
Yeah.
staff, right? Because a
Wow.
lot of
Yes, that's
companies
right. Oh
um,
no.
pay to get their staff trained,
Hmm.
right? So it's not limited. And at that point, so for example, even when you're dealing with a company, you give them a group rate,
Right.
right? Because what's on there is just the set standard, but as you interact with groups and people and stuff, so the Excel project can work with companies to provide training for their staff. They can work with schools. They can work with social organizations who work with people to train them for stuff. So it's unlimited. It's unlimited.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
God is doing a new thing.
yeah,
God has done a
absolutely.
new thing.
Yeah, because sometimes I even sit on and sometimes I'm saying to myself, man, I wish I understood how things work in her mind, like in her school. Like if I understood the back end, I'm like, okay, I could suggest something, but I don't know, so I can't suggest. I don't know, but it is something that's constantly on my mind, like because I want this to become one of as successful as the other aspects of your ministry,
Yeah,
and it will
you follow
because
me.
clearly it has
You
been.
follow me.
It's
Yeah,
growing.
yeah, it
It's
has
growing.
because you are following as the Lord is leading. You're following me.
Absolutely.
You're doing a great
Absolutely.
job. I must say
Well,
that
thank
to you.
you. And that's because of your leadership to To the extent that I do a good job is because of good leadership.
Praise God. I tell
So
you, it's not an easy process
I
because
am sure
I
it's
wear
not.
many hats. I wear
I know.
multiple hats.
I
I'm
know.
always moving and expanding and growing. So it's
Totally,
like
totally understand
it
it.
never stops. Oh my God.
Totally.
All
Well,
right. So
this
this
brings
is
us to the end
wonderful.
of the recording. So I'm going to end the
Yes.
recording.
Yes.